Still crooked. Hello. Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Winfred. Welcome to this channel where it's all about Friday night life or chat, if I may call it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, subscribers. Those of you who are dropping by for the very first time, you are welcome. And I'm glad that you've tuned in. Allow me these first few minutes to try and share the link, get everyone on board, and those who are not aware that the live has started to tune in. I'm just giving them time so that we can all flow together. So you can tell a friend and share the link, and together let us, chat Friday night away, Valentine's Eve Friday night. I'm glad that you've tuned in. And yeah, we are talking Friday, Valentine's Eve. I hope my sound is clear. In case you're having any difficulty with my sound, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I'll assume that it's okay and we'll just continue. Yeah, we are talking about, is Valentine's Day about love or just pressure? That is what we are going to talk about. Is it about love or just about pressure? Because at some point, we lose it and think all kinds of things about Valentine's Day. But today we are out to define together, find out for ourselves, is Valentine's Day about love or just pressure? Yeah, if in the comments, feel free to let me know your opinion. I will read it and I promise. Otherwise, special shouts go out to Lillian, they go out to Cedric, TJ, Shaboya, Jasper. Special shouts go out to Kira, Corey, yeah, and Single Dad. Those are the people who normally text in. So if I've not mentioned your name, it's simply because you normally watch, but watch from, a distance, no communications. Otherwise, let me know who is watching, where you're watching from, so that together we can, grow ourselves and also talk about chat Friday night away. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. That's why I thought of the topic. Is Valentine's Day about love or just pressure? And I would officially say good evening, beautiful people. Welcome back to this channel where it's all about love. This channel is dedicated to reading the Bible on a daily basis, but Friday nights is just to talk about life. We talk about finances, investments, love, relationships, children, anything else in between except for politics, because I'm not gifted there. So that's why we don't talk about politics. Otherwise, yeah, if you're new here, you're in the right place. Don't think you happen to be here by accident. You are in the right place. And tonight's conversation is not just about flowers and chocolates. It's about something deeper. So we are going to be going deep into this topic. And we will be on here for a shorter time. So I would ask that you grab a bite, grab a drink, and let us chat Friday night away. I'm glad that you have tuned in. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I need to ask you something honestly. Is Valentine's Day really about love or is it about pressure? Because we need to establish those as well. Pressure to perform, the pressure to spend, pressure to prove that you are the best. Yeah. is it about love really? Because if I have to perform, it's literally, for me, I see it as a performance. There are really some people who go out all the way. They send, if I'm at work, they send something for breakfast, something for lunch. By the time it's evening and they have planned that dinner, it looks like big performers who are worn out from performance. Others, it's, a day of spending, or a day to prove that you are the right person, to prove to her that she is the one. Is it really about spending? Is it about performance, or is it just about proving that that person is the one? Before we go deep, I want you to comment right now, if you can. Love, if you think Valentine is beautiful and meaningful, just comment and let me know what you think. That I think it's beautiful, I think it's meaningful. Let me know what your take is on this one, because we all have different opinions on what Valentine really is. Yeah, so just drop in the comments, let me know what you think. Otherwise, pressure, if you think it's pressure, you can also honestly just, type in it's pressure or stress and expectations. You can type anything and let me know where you belong on that one. Otherwise, let's talk the idea of love. Yeah. Let's start here. The theory of Valentine's Day is beautiful. That goes back in the day. Someone just told me to write a few minutes before going on that the person who helped people write letters about Valentine's was killed on that day. So I don't know whether they're celebrating the right thing or we are just going with the flow, and any excuse to spend, an excuse to prove to our loved one. You'll be surprised what it is that we are going after. I mean, I'm all dressed up in red. And in preparation for tomorrow, but I need us to sit and talk about this really. What does it stand for? It's supposed to be about love, appreciation, romance and connection. I don't know what you think about Valentine's Day, but I would want us to discuss. Like, guys, it's a live podcast. You can go ahead and share your opinion. What you think about Valentine's Day? One day where you intentionally celebrate your partner. It's just that one day. Intentionally celebrate your partner. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with celebrating your partner. But what triggers things in my head is, why is it just that in a year, out of 365 days, you just that one day, and you show you care, But here's the question that I may pose. If you need a specific day, yeah, to prove to your partner that you love them, what happens the other 364 days? If it's just that one day, what happens the other days? Because something has got to awaken in all of us. Because I could do all the right things all the other days of the year, but then for some reason I'm not around on Valentine's Day. And people break up. It's amazing how many couples break up after Valentine's Day simply because he didn't send the flowers, he didn't send as much as my friends sent, or what my other person sent last year, and you break up. So I just wanted us to, sit together and discuss, yeah, that question. If you need one specific day, yeah, to present or to prove to a loved one that you love them, what happens to the other 364 days? Because there's also another question. Is love something you show once a year? Is it something you show once a year, or is something you live to do every day, or a daily kind of affair that you do every day? I want to know from you, is it something that you show once a year or something you live daily? Please let me know in the comment section, and I promise I will read your comments. What do you Valentines? Because real love is checking in on your partner. That's what I would assume. A real love would be when you check in on your partner when they are stressed, choosing them when they are difficult, staying faithful, because those are things that you can't just make up one day and drop on the other. When nobody's watching, are you going to stay faithful? That's what I would think real love would be. Supporting them when money is low, not just buying roses tomorrow and chocolates, and that's where the tension begins. Because if you're not able to buy chocolates, if you're not able to buy roses, then what? Does that mean you don't love the person you're with, or the person that is with you doesn't love you? Let us come to a conclusion together. What you think Valentine's Day is? I'll talk about the financial pressure that comes with Valentine's Day, and I question myself, should financial pressure really be there because it's Valentine's Day? Because you love someone, should you have financial pressure? That's what I'm trying to drive at. Let's be honest. For many men, Valentine is not. If there is a man that is listening in, please let me know where I stand on this one. Is Valentine's romantic for men? Because it's financial anxiety. That is when you have to have enough money saved between Christmas and Valentine's Day to be able to spend big, get out of your comfort zone, and, do all these things you were not doing before. I would love flowers. Honestly, I would love flowers. I would love chocolate. I would love a trip to South Africa. I would love a trip to Bahamas. I would love, a coupon to the spa. But should that happen only once a year? Because if that does happen, then I would say the person I'm with loves me. Otherwise, if it doesn't happen then, and it happens on other days, then really I'm with the wrong person. Is that the case? I want us to really look at it in all angles and see where we fell short and where probably we were misled. For men, it's financial anxiety, like I said. I don't think it's romantic for them about Valentine's. It's dinner reservations, there's this couple that I know, the man starts off by giving, breakfast at work, sending her lunch from Cafe Javas, and preparing dinner from these expensive restaurants. When it's Valentine's, gifts, it's flowers, it's chocolates, it's transport arranged so that they can pick you. Cedric says hello. Hi, Cedric. And Jamie says hi. Hi, my dear. You are the very first one, so you are the top fan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Maybe the hotel. If it's the men, they have to book the hotel, maybe a surprise as well, because you don't just book the hotel. You surprise her by maybe a car coming to pick her from wherever, a surprise attire and all these things that go with it. I think for men, it's more of a stress than it is actually romantic. And social media doesn't help. You scroll and see someone got a car. You scroll and see someone is getting a trip to go to Dubai. Another one is got a diamond ring. Some of our men know how to also act and act very well. But why should it be really on Valentine's Day? Out of the 365 days, why is it on just that day? At the end of the show, I would really want to hear from you guys. Would you want that for yourself, or is that ground for you to discard the person that you're with simply because they did not act up on the day? Let me know in the comment section and I will read your comment. Because after you've seen someone has been given a car, another one a trip, suddenly your simple dinner feelings, seem not enough. Because if you had just planned at home, I'll go and cook this meal, light up some candles, that dinner that you had planned is sentimental, is really thoughtful. But because you've scrolled on these social media platforms and seen better, you start poking holes in what thoughts you had put, which meant something, which it was for both of you to enjoy. And there were more feelings poured into that than I had a bought car. Because I mean, if you're buying me a car, you who is buying, you're not gaining much except my expression when I get and I jump. Oh my goodness, you love me. But that's not love. Because you got me a car, you could get it for me any time of the year. So we really need also to be more realistic on this day. I'm not saying it's bad. I would love to be surprised. I would love to get gifts. I would love, to be pampered all year through, not on just one specific day. But here's the dangerous part about those things of, you're scrolling and you see someone has got a car, someone has got a trip. When love becomes measured by how much you spend on a person, then we are losing it. That is why you see many relationships are failing, because we start saying Valentine's was poorly funded, but was it really poorly funded, or your expectations were out of the roof? And that is why you say it was poorly funded, because many people break up. When love becomes measured by how much you spend, let me say this again. When love becomes measured by how much you spend, if someone only feels loved when money is involved, those people don't love you. Otherwise, you can't love me when you're not spending. Is that what you're trying to say? Because if love is measured by how much you spend on me, then really, if I don't spend, those are the days you don't love me. I could love you from the sky back. But I don't have money today to give you, to take you out, to give you that car, to buy you that phone, to get you those clothes, to take you out, to give you those bouquet of flowers that are now trending. I mean, I've seen one where they sent her at work a bouquet of 50,000 notes, flowers, and chocolates followed after. And there was champagne in another basket and fruits. And all these niceties, and I'm wondering, wow, this man is working hard. What is he trying to hide? Because if you have something you're hiding from your spouse or from your partner, then you're working really hard to prove that you love them. But if you love me, I would expect you prove to me on a daily, not just on that particular day, Valentine's Day, that you go out of the way and you do all this. For me, actually, when my husband does things that he normally doesn't do, it gets me suspicious. What has he done? Because I like surprises. I like presents. I like nice things. But again, it comes down to the dynamics of the relationship. How is your money spent? How is it handled? Is it that you handle it as partners, or it is 80 by 15 or 80 by 20. If it's 100% from all of you, then I don't expect you to go out of the way, except we sit, plan, and we're like, tomorrow we'll treat ourselves to dinner, we'll go here, we'll do this or the other. That is what I would prefer than you planning on your own. It's okay to surprise me. But normally, if the funds are put in one pool, the surprise would be planned, right? So there wouldn't be really a surprise. It would be a planned date. And for me, that's love. When love becomes measured by how much you spend, if someone only feels loved when money is involved, is it love? I would ask you, but for me, I would say, or is it just a performance? Because it could be performance. I know of this broke guy. He was always broke, but he would spend so much with every current girlfriend he had for the year when it came to Valentine's. So the girls You know, when you treat me like a queen from up there, and then all of a sudden you drop and you stop all these habits of, you know, surprises at work, surprises at home. If you don't do them, I start wondering, don't you love me anymore? Where are you today? I mean, last year you went all the way. Why is it this year you're changing up on things? That is why we get so many conflicts after Valentine's Day, because whatever you do now, you're setting standards. Anything less than that after that would be betrayal, would mean you don't love me anymore, and could cause friction and sparks. Now, I'm not saying don't celebrate. I'm saying, why is someone's bank account the proof of their heart? I'm not saying don't celebrate Valentine's, but I'm just wondering, why is it someone's bank account is the proof of their heart? That if their account is big and they can treat me to a trip, they can treat me to shopping, coupons, you know, big spending. Why is it that that is the proof of where their heart is? That's what I'm trying to drive at. And would you like, I would also like the ladies, yeah, to answer honestly in the comment section what seems real from what we've just discussed. What seems real and what seems like a big lie? If your man is consistent, I mean, if he's faithful, if he's hardworking but broke this season around, you know, he's not been broke throughout the year, but just the time around Valentine's Day, he's broke. If he's hardworking, if he's consistent, if he's faithful, yeah, does he still deserve a celebration, or doesn't he? Because love that only survives in abundance was never love. It was comfort. Love has to be able to survive throughout all seasons. Yeah, it has to be able to survive throughout all seasons. I'll read some comment that has just come in. And Cedric says, Valentine, like Christmas, has been commercialized. That is very true. It has been commercialized a lot. And it lost the plot. I mean, it would be okay if you choose on that day to go out on the beach somewhere or take a walk. But these are things we are supposed to be doing on a daily. Even I don't see which one sticks out that should be done on specifically this day, because I see everything that goes on should really be going on, whether it's Valentine's or it's not. I don't see anything that's sticking out, you know, like, okay, on Valentine's Day you should do this. Because if it is walks, you should go out and walk with your partner. If it is outings, you should do them if you can afford. There is also living in our heads where we can't afford certain lifestyles, but we are doing them anyway because of peer pressure, because we want to post, I went to this place, and after going there, you come back and can't even afford lunch or breakfast or dinner. That's a shame, really. I would like the ladies to comment what they think on that, you know, that whole being standards raised, bouquets of flower money coming in at work, you know, on Valentine's Day, and the rest of the year nothing comes. I think that would, you know, cause a pause on me. If your man is consistent, I would say faithful, he's hardworking, but broke in the season of Valentine's, does he still deserve celebration? I just need to know that from the ladies, because love that only survives in abundance was never love. It was just comfort. That's my conclusion on the bit of financial pressure. Another segment that we are going to is emotional pressure. Now let's talk about the other side of Valentine's, the single ladies, the single people. Tomorrow, some people will pretend they don't care when Valentine happens, but deep down it hurts. The timelines will be full of couples posting. I mean, if you scroll, if you're one who is always on TikTok, you scroll and see how they wore red or purple or whatever colors and went out to the cruise, and you're like, goodness, I'm at home. Guys, listen. Gifts being unwrapped, They will be on the time, people's timelines, romantic captions, my forever, those stick outs, my forever, my one and only, all those things going out on people's timelines. And if you're single, you start questioning yourself. What is wrong with me? Am I alone? Am I behind? Is there something wrong with me? But listen carefully, and I hope someone is listening. Being single on Valentine doesn't mean you're unloved. It does not mean that at all. So don't succumb to the pressure of getting someone because you don't want to be alone. It might mean you're protected because a lot is going to go on Valentine's Day. A lot will go on. It might mean that God is just protecting you. You're protected. Some people are in relationships. Tomorrow they will cry themselves to sleep. Why would you want that? Because, in the morning he delivered your bouquet of flowers but didn't show. And then you get to hear he spent that day with family. And all along you thought you were the one. Some people are in relationships and they posted flowers or they are going to post what they got, ahead of time. They will get them probably Friday, or some of them go to them Friday or tomorrow in the morning. But that doesn't mean you're not loved if you don't get any of those. Some will post happiness but live in silence and disrespect. We need to know that as well. They will post when they are so happy, because I don't know about social media, but it's filled with fake things, fake postings where people seem happy. Everyone on social media seems like they have got their things together. And when you get on there, you're like wondering, what is wrong with me? How come I don't have these? People are taking trips like nothing, like it's a border from one place to another country, when it's not. I've seen this lady who just passed. She was on planes, sipping at exotic drinks on the pool area, getting into these big cars. But she died. I think she was about 23. Her life was cut short very quick. So don't be pressured into doing something you would ideally not do because Valentine is happening, because you want to be like the rest that are posting, or you want to have a post. Don't let social media pressure you into thinking love is a competition, because love is not a race. It is not a race. Many people have gotten into relationships and gotten out of them the same way, or even still in them, but in tears. You can purpose to refuse to rush love. You can really purpose. And I would like to read a comment that just came in from Cedric. It says, imagine measuring the weight of a man on one day. If he fails to pull through on Valentine's Day, does it cancel the rest of the year when I'm trying. When he pulled through, by the way, was Valentine made for women? Someone is asking, was Valentine made for women? We've taken over, and it's all about us because social media has dictated. So we want to post going to cruises, we want to post buying shopping, buying cars, taking these trips, sipping on exotic drinks. We've just taken over Valentine's Day. That is all because of what society has dictated, really. But Valentine's is not about women. It's for everyone. That if we go back and read about Valentine's, what it really stood for, we'll be surprised that even the man who used to hold up, who was called Valentine's, was killed on Valentine's Day. So I don't know why we are even exchanging chocolates. I don't know why we are giving ourselves flowers, whether either we are celebrating him or his death or something. I don't know. But yeah, it gets you wondering, is Valentine's Day for women or is it not? Thank you so much, Cedric. I would go to the other segment that we're going to talk about, social media and performance. Let's be honest again. How much of Valentine's Day is real? Because there's got to be that percentage that is real and the percentage that is not real. How much is performance? Because some bit of it is real, but the other percentage is performance, really. Some couples who haven't spoken properly in weeks will suddenly post. Long captions will come in from them. Some men will cheat all year, overcompensate tomorrow because I can cheat. And on Valentine's Day, then I buy the flowers. I'm sending bouquets of flowers, chocolates, fruits, champagne, all these other niceties. But I have been cheating all year. Does that mean? Anyway, we'll ask that question later. Otherwise, some women are unhappy. Some women who are unhappy will smile extra hard for pictures, and it will seem like this is going out to the single people. I mean, there are so many women who are unhappy, and there is nothing like us women around other women. We normally tend to pretend like we've got it all together, like it's all good, like my man is the best, and yet behind closed doors, you're really crying and screaming for help, and no one can help you. Yeah, some women who are unhappy will smile extra hard for pictures. And here's the truth. Valentine's Day exposes relationships in a way like you've never seen before. If there is tension, it becomes obvious. If there are unmet expectations, they explode. If there are secrets, they will surface. That's why many relationships or many couples break up after Valentine's Day. That is why, because Valentine's Day just exposes relationships, it exposes unmet expectations. It just does that to relationships because there is too much pressure. Because pressure reveals cracks. Like, have you ever opened a tap and then tried to hold back the water from flowing? The pressure will eventually create cracks either through and find its way of exploding. So tension or pressure reveals cracks. So single people, don't be pressurized by those, hard smiles posted on social media because you're single and you beat yourself up. Why is it me? Why am I alone? Don't. Because behind those smiles could be really big masks. Another segment that we're going to is, so what is real love? Let's define love properly. First, I'll start by those things that love is not. Because love is many things, but there are some things that love is not. Like competing with other couples. Love does not compete with others. It just doesn't. Yeah? Posting for validation. Love does not post for validation so that people may see that for us we are so much in love. Love doesn't do that. So I'm trying to list for you the things that I believe love is not all about. We may make it about so many things, but love is not about posting for validation or competing with other couples or overspending to impress. I mean, I could spend and spend and spend, but that doesn't mean I love you. Love is peace. When this person that you're with gives you that peace of mind, where they are with you, whether they say something or they don't, whether they do something or they don't, love is peace. Love is respect. That person has got to give you peace. That person has got to give you respect. Love is consistent. Consistency is required about love. You don't love me today and show me today and don't the rest of the year. You need to do that throughout the year. Love is loyalty. You should be loyal to me. Whether there's someone watching or there is not, you should be loyal to me. And I would say also, if someone only feels loved when you spend big once a year, but ignores your daily efforts, that's pressure and not partnership. We need to be able to tell the difference. Yeah. And if you only feel valuable when someone posts you publicly, that is when you feel valuable. That's insecurity, not intimacy. Intimacy is more of secretive. It doesn't want the world to see what's going on. Have you heard of that song that where they go, what they do in the secret hideaway? It's by Kenny Rogers. Yeah, love is more so like that. A real love doesn't need an audience. It does not need any audience. It speaks for itself. It is between two people. As long as the two of you have got it working, as long as between the two of you, you are certain this person loves me, this person cares, that's all that matters. Whether they give flowers or they don't, that's okay. But if they come with them as well, that's okay. But if they don't, that doesn't mean they don't love you any less. Any less. So let me leave you with this tonight. Tomorrow, whether you are married, whether you're single, whether you are healing, you know, whether you're dating, broke, thriving, whatever it is, whichever category you're in, don't let Valentine's Day pressure you into proving something that's already real. You could have a real good thing, but Valentine's Day pushes you in a corner where you feel like I need to be doing something, or this person has got to do this for me. If they don't, I'm leaving them. I'm cutting their broke whatever off now. No, we don't. I hope Valentine's doesn't push us to do that. If you have love, cherish it daily. It's something that we ought to do. I mean, there's something you can do that really makes you feel like you've got a place with them. They are away at work and you know, it's not qualified by money, but it's love right before your eyes. It's care, it's peace, it's loyalty, it's all those things, but happening throughout the year, not just one day. If you don't take, there is a saying that if you don't fake it, you can't make it. But with love, there is no need to fake. There is no need for me to come. You know, it gets so bad to even buy themselves things just so they can post and say, my man sent me this. But why is it so key that they send you on Valentine's Day and that's when you post? For me, it says a lot when we get that desperate and we do something like that. If you don't have something, if you don't have that person sending you those things, don't fake it, I would say. If you're waiting, don't settle. Don't settle for less. Go for whatever it is that street. When it comes to a relationship, I go once and that's it. So don't settle, don't be pressured to getting into a relationship because, you know, it's Valentine's Day. Don't. Because love is not one day, it's consistency. It's that person being that there all the time, that person being there for you all the time and treating you as valuable as you would want to be treated on Valentine's Day. And pressure is loud. Oh my goodness, pressure is so loud. And how you know pressure is loud? Because when you get to hear your neighbors got this, these ones are flying out, they've booked this place, you get, it's like it's screaming in your ears what has not happened for you. And that love is not about, it's not like that. Choose love, not pressure. I hope that you choose that. If this conversation spoke to you today, share this live. I would want you to share it. Tag someone who needs to hear this tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. I would open the lines in case someone wants to say something. Feel free, guys, to say something before I close off. Otherwise, I would say stay grounded, stay wise, and protect your heart and your wallet. I said them in that order because at the end of the day, when you've protected your heart, you need to protect your wallet as well. Someone could come into your life and cause you to spend ridiculously and leave right after Valentine's, because what they were trying to do is fill up the gaps of Valentine's Day, and you happen to be available, so they used you to do that. Otherwise, protect your heart and your wallet. And if no one is saying something, I would like to sign out. Guys, go ahead and let me know who has watched and what your take is. Otherwise, this seems like it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can share a link with someone. There's a rerun for those who have not watched. Otherwise, until next time, when we do yet another one, I would say bye, guys, and take care.